It's time for the tip of the week.
It is?
Right.
Do tip of the week. Don't talk to me now. This is Rich's moment in the sun.
My moment.
The moment in the
It's
sun.
my moment.
Well, you better lather up with some SPF 30, pal, because here it comes.
Exactly. Wait, let me just.
What do you got for us, Rich?
All right, hey, Randall, can you play that song? Wait, I adjusted my blinds. I should look brighter now.
You do look
brighter. More
Handsome man?
intelligent.
You look fantastic.
All right, here we go.
What a handsome man.
Bang, 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 boom, 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 boom.
What was that?
What
in
the hell is that?
That's what
I like it.
What was it?
I thought for a second. Did you remember a band called the Youpers? It sounded like the intro to a
Are they
Youpers
from Northern
song.
Michigan?
Yeah. Do you remember? You ever heard of them? Oh, it's hysterical.
No,
Oh, they
really?
were hysterical.
What was that?
Yeah. What was that? It was
That
loud.
A throwback for a year ago. If you can tell me what it was, I'll give you $1.
It was all of us doing
Call
the
them twice, you get $2.
making hammering and
Yes.
I don't know what that was. That was pretty.
Those are some of the worst
Right.
Foley artists I've ever heard in my
yeah.
life.
And you owe me $1. Just saying.
All right.
And a better attitude, if you don't mind me saying.
So that's the lead into the tip of the week. So this week's tip of the week, as lame as it is gonna be.
It's not
This
lame.
is
It's
one of my favorite
fantastic.
topics. So when I first met Ron, and him and I would go around and we would do
Him
how
and
to
I.
hire how to hire contractor classes at libraries and places near
Library.
Library. It's got an R in it. So one of the funny things is that
Yes,
people
library. LIBARRY. I figure your
RY?
tip of the week is going to take 2 segments anyway by the time that you got started. So I'm just making sure we extend it.
The extended stay America class.
So hiring contractors, you're going around to libraries because, of course, that's where everybody goes to find out where to hire a contractor.
Well, we would host these things in association with different groups, so it was all good. But one of the things that always amazed me is people go out, they get 3 quotes, right? However, for whatever reason, people were taught to get 3
3,
quotes.
yeah. I don't know why that's the magic number.
And the funny thing is, in Europe, they throw away the high, the low, and go with the middle. Here, everybody inherently takes the lowest, which means you've set yourself up for disaster.
Oh, I don't think
already.
always.
Not always, but never
Usually.
a helpful thing.
No. If they did, I'd be out of business.
Are you telling me accurate remodeling is inexpensive?
No, that's what I'm saying. If they took the lowest bid every time, I'd be out of business.
Oh, yes. But for the most part, that's how people are taught. So anyway, but I've always found that when I was doing a $500,000 or $700,000 addition, I used to put houses on houses. Those people would just like me, trust me, and we'd go forward.
Yep.
But if I was doing a $50,000 kitchen remodel, they would call everybody, every residence, and it had to do with not that they were less trusting. That was their $50,000. That was all they had. It was, that's a huge investment.
Yes.
So I totally understand that. But one of the fun things we did with the classes was a reference list that we get from NARI, the National Association of Remodeling Industry, on their website, and I put a link to it in the newsletter, is a questionnaire to ask references. And the number 1 question on this list is my favorite.
Which, okay.
Is the contractor related to you? Because my mom will never give me a bad reference, right?
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I mean? So it's like, oh yeah, use this.
Oh,
guy,
is
he's
the
awesome.
reference related to you? Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, if Ian, you could tell me, call your reference, and if your reference is your brother, aside from the one who's Hot Wheel, you cut in half.
Yeah, right. My first cousin, my second cousin, my third cousin's husband,
They're going to give you a good reference, and it's a little biased.
You don't know
So you
my
don't even
family
ask-
very well.
No, I don't.
Or your friends.
You can't trust any of these people.
Already then. So then he asked, did the contractor offer ideas, innovative suggestions for the project so it'll fit within your budget? Were they helpful? Was the crew, the subcontractors, were they courteous, polite, trash your house or not? Those things are kind of important.
Yeah, being clean. Was the contractor
Mhm.
clean? They clean up? Did they use tarps, protection? They protect the rest of the house appropriately?
You know, and it's the thing when I was training for the EPA on the lead safe work practices, most of what we taught was putting down plastic and cleaning up after yourself. Now we had a couple specialized ways of doing it. Basically, it was don't use a regular shop vac, use a HEPA vac,
Right.
and do everything else wet. As long as it's wet, you were pretty much safe. And it was amazing how much pushback you get from people. I'm like, dude, if you're remodeling somebody's home, you're going to tell me you don't protect anything, you don't clean anything, you don't turn the furnace off, you don't turn the AC off.
I was going to say,
while
turn
you're
the
doing
furnace
demo?
off is a big one.
Yeah, it's to me a lot of that's common sense. But do we have to have a federal law that tells you how to clean your house?
Well, it's funny. Every job that we do, as a matter, anything that involves any real demolition or remodeling, we always, as just a matter of course, we have the furnace serviced. We have the filters changed, the furnace cleaned and inspected.
Mm-hmm.
That's always done at the end of our jobs. My HVAC guy just goes out and he takes care of it. And it's not even really in the bid. We just do it as a courtesy.
That's really nice.
Right.
I
It
like
should
you
be
more
done.
and more every day.
The thing's
Well,
filthy.
No, I
I
mean-
guarantee, no matter how hard you try, I'm telling you. the
And it
furnace is gonna
wasn't
get
from
dirty.
you. It was that way before you
Well,
started the job. But now
probably
you're
was.
just making sure that but we just make sure we're not
60.
contaminating homes.
Right.
New homes that I build down here because of our climate, we run air conditioning obviously in the home because you can't work on it otherwise, but we use temporary air. We do not even fire up the units until the house is done.
And
we
what do
set out
you
like
use?
rooftop units
Okay.
on trailers in front
But you're
yard.
just doing air conditioning. That's a little different too.
Yes.
Right.
Well, until we fire. Well, we have electric strip heaters, but last time I turned the heat on in my house was July of 2013, and it was only because I was buying the house and I had to see if it worked. All right, listen, we got to go. We got to take a break. We'll be back shortly. If you missed the tip of the week this week, I did. Then you can watch some other ones on YouTube. Give us a call, Mr. Floor Helpline, 877-711-5611. We'll be back shortly.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Oh,
This isn't a commercial.
Paul, I missed the tip of the week. What was it?
There really wasn't one.
Yeah, there was. It was
kind of got.
how to hire a
It got
contractor.
lost. Yeah, it was some of the questions they asked.
Is it something that we want to talk about at the top of the hour because we're going to have new listeners at the top of the hour?
by the way, if you don't think that I'm using that, what the hell was that as a poll? You're crazy. That is the end of the tip of the week this week.
Nice.
As a wrap up, perhaps? Wrap up the tip of the week.
Did I derail it on you, Rich?
Yeah, no, it's fine. This is the 5-minute break. If you gotta go burn one, I gotta go get water.
Yep, sounds good.
Oh, that expression burn one.
That's Ron. That's Ron's. He
Rich
started
just
that
said it.
25 years ago.
Because it sounds to me, you know what it
Well,
sounds
you know,
to me
that-
like.
I know.
It's wrong.
But because we're more innocent than that, the people will just imply that.
It's so bad.
You know, I've never actually met Rich in person. Never met him.
Really?
No, never met him. And I've never been on the air with him.
Well, you filled in for me.
Oh, one time.
when
One
I
time
wasn't here.
You're right. One time I
Right.
filled in for you, and but I've never done it with just Rich and I. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's either been Rich and Ron and I, or it's been Ron and I. And
You've
another
never met
person.
Rich.
Never met.
Yeah.
Randall. 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 Robbie Earhart is watching you. So everybody's gone. George, I see that nobody's home. No, I think we get more water. Ian had to run out.
I'm
I don't know
here.
where Robbie went.
I'm here.
Robbie must have went out to go get more animals.
You know, there was a
Saw a bird fly by the window.
there's a sick
Nice.
pigeon that's in our back. And I'm like, don't let Robbie see it. Don't let Robbie see it.
Right? Well, the worst thing is if it dies, she'll just put it in your
Right. To put it
Fine.
in studio with her.
right.
No, she won't. Now, she's just, you
Um,
guys make
So Randall, my audio still is dropping off, like it comes in strong and then tapers.
Yeah, that's from your modem.
I know, but I got the new one in there, so apparently that didn't fix it.
Ah, crud balls. Okay, then I'm gonna have to. Man,
How do I? Can I turn this down, or do you think, or is it just because of the video? If it's because I'm running all the video as well, but
it could be.
that's why I got the quad core processor. It's
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
don't
be
think
able
it's
to
anything
do
with
all this.
that. It literally is your internet connection. Because I'm watching your stats as it's going, and you're
Yeah.
dropping. Your stats are good, and then it drops, and then it's good, and it drops.
Really?
So you're riding waves.
Let me
Well.
try speed. Well, I know it gets bad down here when everybody gets up because you know
Right.
the old people get up, they get online.
Right.
Oh.
Run speed test, internet speed test,
right,
megabits
well-
per second. Download speed is crazy good. This upload
yeah.
I'm worried about.
Okay, well, we got 30 seconds, so you're gonna have to do this on your own until everyone comes.
I have. Oh yeah, I'm only like 11.1 megabits per second.
Yeah, that's
Upload.
not gonna.
He can do it. He can
Yeah.
handle it.
That's not
I
gonna.
know,
work.
and I can download 163, but I can only upload 10.8.
Yeah, there's your problem.
Tell him we're
Yeah,
doing
I'd say
live
so.
service.
All right, well that's fine.
All right, here we go.
I have crappy Xfinity. I'll
Right.
work on that.
All right, it's just you for right now, and here we go.
All right.
Or go online at rafchicago.org.
Here I come to save the day.
Welcome to Mighty House. This is a radio show for people with problems. Home improvement problems, that is. Send an email now to robbie@mightyhouse.net or call into the show at 877-711-5611. From foundation leaks to roof repairs, the Mighty House team is on the job. You're listening to Mighty House.
Mike Fly.
All right, I'm Rich Cowgill, and the Mighty House team is back. Well, Ron's not here, but the rest of us are back.
We're back.
Plus Ian. Ian Snook's here with us.
That's right. Good morning.
Morning. Join us on Facebook Live right now, brought to you in part by First Northern Credit
Right
Union.
now.
First Northern Credit Union now. Don't delay. That's a call to action. Can't do that on public radio. Cannot have a call to action on public radio. This is commercial radio. We can. So go there.
That's
now.
great news.
It is. So First Northern Credit Union is the only community credit union in Evanston. It's a monopoly. Visit them at fncu.org to learn more about the benefits.